Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful new year tonight. The celebrations, as you know, in Scotland, it's Hogmanay. And from here, the volume of people that go to Edinburgh is just unbelievable. They all go up just to see the fireworks. And Princes Street, right there through the Royal Mall, the castle, it's just absolutely chock-a-block full of people. It really is. The fireworks here usually start about 5 or 10 minutes early. I don't think they've all got clocks, but it's one of those nights here. So have a wonderful new year, and I hope that next year is much better than this year. You know, it's just been a weird year this year. Anyway, I'm coming here to show you what a frozen shaker card is. And I've used Emma Parish's Cinderella kit. Now, I'm hoping you can see it through here, all the people dancing. And then you've got the clocks, because obviously Cinderella, 12 o'clock, midnight, it's the same time that we celebrate the new year coming in. And I thought it'd be a great idea to put these together. Now, the pages that I used from the kit are these two. There's this one, and you can see all the people at the bottom here. So obviously I chose that bit to put them on. And then the next one is the one with the clocks on. Now, it's up to you how big or small you print this. On this one, I printed it at half size, as you can see, because the clock's a lot smaller. And on the one that I'm going to show you now how to do it, I printed it at full size, just to show you the variation. These are silhouettes. There's a whole page of silhouettes with the Cinderella kit, and you can use whichever you like. This wording here, they're actually vintage, that Zern got from her mother. She scanned all the stuff that she had, and then she makes them into digital. So you've got Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. But obviously Christmas is gone now, but the new year obviously would be perfect for this. Now, once you've got this, you can use it as a journaling card. You can put it on actual card, you know, stand-up card, you know, to give somebody. There are so many different possibilities that you can do with these. You make them a bit smaller, you can put them on a tag, whatever you want to do. But they go really, really well in a journal. So let me just show you the pages that you can use for the decorations. This page here is available in Emma's smaller new group that she set up, and it's a freebie. So you can scale these down half size and use any of those images. Then on this particular one, you've got these lovely snowflakes at the bottom, which I've cut out to be using today, and I printed them off at 2 to a page. And as you can see here, and these are the other ones. These are the ones that I've used on the one I've just shown you. And there's another one here with a wonderful big snowflake on as well. And obviously it's down to you what you want to do, but obviously we are still in winter. It's still winter here. And, you know, spring, the first day of spring is February the 21st. So, you know, spring equinox follows afterwards. So at the moment, it's very much in bulb will come. And, you know, we've got a long time of winter that we're still going through. So let me just show you the sheet. This is a freebie in the main group. The Magical Paper Pantry, and this is from Zern. And as you can see, you've got the Happy New Year's on there and the Merry Christmases. I'll put all the links below so you know where to find everything. Okay, so to get started, I've done a little bit of prep beforehand, just so it makes it a little bit easier. To get this in place, okay, the actual picture. So she hadn't put the pictures behind. So you're well organised, and then she goes and, you know, boxes all the pages up. 1, 2, will be the last one I look at. Yeah. Right, first of all, you need to unstick your envelope. Okay. And we all know how to just slice down to get your envelope out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find the place that is best for this image. Okay, so I can see there that is the best place to put it. So I will get a pencil, which is again behind me, which I'm not going to stretch for, but you would literally, you can see where the flat bit is there. You'd put a pencil mark here and a pencil mark the other side, and then you would just cut that off. So you know that will fit in perfectly. Quick, simple, easy. The bit at the top, when you're going to cover this, so many people take strips of paper on their envelope and stick it over the top. I find it easiest to work out what you got, which bit you're going to use first. Now, oh wait, where's the 12? Right, you're going to want some of the clock in this, but you need to have it. Hang on, let me fold the bottom bit up. If I fold the in bits in, it's easier to show you this. Right, so there's your clock, okay? You can now measure where to put your lines. So you can put a line here and a line here and a line here and a line here, and that will cut off. So you just cut that out roughly. It doesn't have to fit properly, because once you've got it on the front, you can trim it up to fit. But this is the bit that I do that I've never seen anybody else do. I use my poker tool. You can use anything you like. And I run it around the window. When you run it around the window, it leaves a little gully, okay? And I usually do the outside bits first, and then I do the insides. I do the little corner bits afterwards. And you have this indentation that goes all the way round. You will not be able to see it on camera, but I will be able to see it. And you know that is your window. So you just then, all you have to do is cut that window out. I use a pair of scissors, but if you want to be really, really precise, you can use a craft knife, X-Acto knife, to cut it out. That way, when you come to put your picture over the top, get the envelope back, this will go straight over the top of here. Okay? You've cut it out more or less, and it'll go straight over the top. Easy. So many do the strips and it takes forever. To me, this is the quickest, easiest way to do it. If you want to turn it into a collage, great. Put this bit on first and then collage the rest of it. Easy. What I like about this paper here is you've got the 12 o'clock here, and you've got it down the bottom here and over here. So you've got the 12 o'clocks for the midnight, and then of course you've got your people dancing on the inside, because it's a celebration. So once you get to that stage, now what I then did on this piece is, again, I scored around it exactly the same way as doing the top, and then I put little pencil marks, and I'm hoping you can see the pencil marks just outside the score line, so I can see where they are. So I know I've got to work in this little bit here. This is where you're going to stick all your gems. So let me get my other poker tool again. Now you can use any gems you like, any size you want. I've put a couple of big ones on because I thought they were quite fun. And, you know, I was looking for gold ones. I didn't have any gold ones last time, so I used sort of like orange colour and yellow and things like that. But use any colours you like, and you literally just stick them on, because you imagine a shaker card, how it's shaken up, and then when it's stationary, what will it look like? And that is what you're creating. So it's a frozen shaker card. Now I got this idea from the lovely Esther, and she actually did a swap, which was wonderful. And these are just so fun to make. And it's just a completely different idea on the shaker card. and they're quick and easy to do. I mean, if you want to use beads or anything else, you can. It's really up to you what you want to put on these. At first, you sort of sit there and think, well, that's not going to work. That looks a bit messy. But trust me, once you put the cover over the top, it's amazing how these actually look. I'm just trying to miss the people because I don't really want to cover them up. It's more fun than doing diamond art, this. But you can see where I put the lines in so that you don't stick outside the little lines. You know, you're in the right place. I think that's about it, isn't it? We don't really want to put too many on. And maybe one over there. Okay, and then when you come to stick it in, you will see you've got all the little gems in the right place, and it looks like a Fraser shaker. Now, if you want, I mean, obviously you can put them over their frocks, you know, but because the silhouettes are quite pale, I thought it was nicer to just leave it as it is. If you want to put them over their dresses, I would suggest using a completely different colour, maybe a darker blue or something, so that you can actually see where the outlines are of them. So we're going to glue it together. And the quickest, it is this simple. You're like, oh my goodness, that is so quick. So we just glue around the edges. You don't even have to take off the pencil marks because nobody's going to see that. Put it there, just hold that down. And then you just need to get it in the right place. Oops. Looking through the window. Put it in the right place. Oops. I think that looks like about right. I think it should go just a tiny bit. That's what it is, it's squint. I'll put it on that as well. Let's stick that in again. Keep catching it on there, that's what it is. And that should be about right. Okay. That will do. Like that. And then glue your front on. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas. I always think of all the mums, and obviously, you know, there are single dads too out there. You know, they all need a really good prize, don't they, for all the work that goes into it. You know, the volume of work of getting all the cards written out, making sure the presents are wrapped, you know, and when you've got kids, there is so much that's involved. And if they're at school, you know, 9 times out of 10, they do the Christmas photos, don't they? Right up on top of Christmas. So there's Christmas photos to be paid for. There's the school fair. There's the Christmas jumper day, you know. And it is unbelievable what the parents have to sort out. It really, really is. So once you got to this stage, you are going to now decide how big you want this. Okay, so I am going to just stick that little flap down. Because this is a card, I'm not making it into an envelope or anything. And work out how big you want this shaker card to be. You can come in here, you can cut off the bottom, This one I cut a bit off the bottom and a bit off the top. If you look at here, you can see there's a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom. So let me just get my machine, and then I'll cut some off of there, because obviously if it's going in a jar it won't be so big. A little bit off the bottom. Tiny bit, I think, off the top, just a tiny bit. And I think that'll be about the right size. It's a bit bigger than the last one, but I think that's better because I can then decorate it easier. Now I've already cut some things out. There's Happy New Year. Last time I put it on the top, so let's put down the bottom this time. And then I have the snowflakes. Lots of snowflakes that I can put on, and gems. Right, let's have a look. They actually fell quite well, didn't they? Let's pull these round a bit. That could come down there, and maybe that one slide up there a bit. Cover that clock up as long as that one's there. Yeah, I think that will do on that one. When I did the swap, mine was, again, it was another winter one, and I will actually put the picture of the one that I make at the front of this video so you can see it. And I didn't realise they would be so easy to make. I think that's the thing, you always imagine things are going to be harder than they are. And once you try, let's just pull them up again. Well, I'd love to know what you do on New Year's Eve. I mean, I know a lot of people, they're in bed and they try and sleep, and then of course they get woken up by the fireworks. And it'd be interesting to know what people do in America, because obviously you have the dropping of the ball, don't you? Yeah, I'm going to put that up there. So it must be really, really weird, because, you know, if you're on, say, in California, it's about a 4-hour difference. So your ball, you know, the ball drops and you've got another 4 hours to wait before it's midnight. Gosh, years past when we used to go out. I think nowadays, I think most of us, it's, you know, we want a quiet night. I mean, my kids used to go around with coal because, you know, the first footing. And they used to go round to the neighbours' houses and that, you know, to take coal round. I think they're on there, aren't they? Yeah. Very quick, very simple, and very, very easy. And the possibilities are endless. I know normally glitter and shine and things like this are usually for, you know, this time of year. But these would be fun any time of year. I put glitter on these ones. That's with the little Nouveau shimmer pen, which won't show up on cam, I'm sure of that. But I just think these are just so fun and something quick and easy to do. And I'll link the Cinderella kit below so you know where to find. You want to make the same sort of one. Now, when I was having a clear out, I found these are little beads, and there's sequins in here. All these types of things that you would normally put in a shaker card, you can put on one of these. But I didn't want to mess around for ages while you were watching, because it had taken a lot longer to do the video. Now, the other thing I want to show you is Elizabeth in she's in the design team for Emma Parish, bless her, and she has her own Ko-fi, and she's made some lovely New Year's things for you to make. Now, this is the freebie. I'm just going to take everything out. Right, this is the freebie. So you get this little lovely little tag. I'll just bring out the page so you can see the page properly. You get the lovely tag with the pocket, and then you've got all these little sentiments, all to do with New Year. Okay, and it makes up beautifully. So quick and easy to do. It's lovely. Then I've taken, she's got a kit in there which I'm going to show you in a minute, and I've just taken some of the printables from the kit and I'm popping them in here, and they're all vintage New Year's. Now I'm sure that these have come from our zone. I might be wrong, but I think they would have come from a zone. Beautiful. Happy New Year. And they can go in there too. And then she's got these lovely, lovely tags. I've not done anything much to it. I've just made up, you know, this is as far as I got, just purely to show you today what you can do with them. But I thought it was such a lovely, lovely little freebie that you can add on to and do all sorts with. Now, this is the kit. Now, I've printed them all 2 to a page because it was silly for me. I'm just going to bring you up slightly. Sorry, I'm just bringing you up a little bit if it'll let me. Yeah. Just to show you better. Printing 2 to a page just makes things a little bit easier for me, because no point in me printing a whole kit off if I'm not going to get the time, you know, to make a lot of things with it. So the pages, now obviously the pages are like this, but you can use them like this to make a tool journal as well. And there's some gorgeous pages in here. You know, it's absolutely lovely. If I'd have had time, I'd have made something with all these beautiful, beautiful images. And she's really, you know, spent some good time on making this one. In places, there's a little bit of the ink not printing right. That is purely and simply my printer. I had to clean the rollers today, you know, so the paper would go through properly. And I hadn't noticed that it was being a pain. But these pretty little journaling cards. These will go in your pocket. You've got tags. There's a little envelope here and more pockets. And look at these cats. Aren't they adorable? Here, New Year's resolution. What your name is, how old you are. Now, most of them are not going to bother with that. What I can do, what I love, your favourite movies, things like that. And then what you're going to look forward to. Looking back, what you tried, what you learned, what you loved. And then looking forward, what you want to do, what you need to do. That's a good one. Things like that, which I think is lovely. A lovely idea. More beautiful, beautiful vintage images. Gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely wonderful. I love this. And look at the 1st of January. Oops, and that one's upside. Reason this one's big is because I printed off this first and I thought, no, that's far too big to go into the little freebie. I'm going to have to print it half size. That's the reason why that one's so big. So it'd be so lovely if you could just go and support our Elizabeth. As I say, there's freebies there. One from Elizabeth, one from Zern, and one from our Emma. So I will link them all below. And it's just a quick drop in. And I just hope you all have a wonderful New Year tonight, whatever you do. Whether you decide you're going to be crafting, or whether you're going to be going to bed really, really early and hoping that you don't get woke up by the fireworks. Have a wonderful New Year, everybody. And I'll see you next year. Ta-da!